Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I'm 24. I live in North Carolina. I'm about 151K in debt. I currently work at full-time, making about $32 an hour. I commute to work and back from work about 2 hours every day.
Why?
And I am...
That's weird.
I have an agreement with my father that I can live at home completely for free. Where I work down there, I would be losing quite a bit of money to pay off my debt if I were to live down there instead. So I take the time to commute.
What's this $150,000 in debt, brother?
So probably 2/3 of that is a Parent Plus loan. I made an agreement with my dad before anything was taken to take the debt out, and that I would pay him back in full for that. And the rest of it is my student loans.
So it's all student loans?
I take that back. About $4,000 of it is car loan.
Okay. All right. And you had originally promised when it was all done to pay the Parent Plus loan. So morally, that is yours. I got that. Yeah. And good for you. So what's your degree in?
Yeah, so one thing I'm a little embarrassed by is that I went for a software engineering degree out of state, and I have heard the rant about that was probably not the best use of my money, but here I am.
Do you have a software engineering degree?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. Why are you only making $50,000?
Hey, George here in the control booth, and I bet you're wondering what they're going to say next. Get out of debt, sell the horse, yada, yada, yada. The advice may be predictable, but the internet is anything but. You see, your personal info is out there, up for grabs by shady companies ready to add more scam and spam to your life. And that's why I use Delete Me. Delete Me will scrub your data from all of these sites so that you can focus on The Ramsey Show instead of who's buying and selling your info. And Ramsey fans get 20% off at joindeleteme.com/Ramsey or by using the link in the description below. So go take control of your privacy as soon as this call is over.
Why are you only making $50,000?
So after I graduated last year in May, I spent most of the rest of the summer and fall probably sending out about 600 something applications, and I barely got anything back. I tried every single reference that I knew, and eventually I was reached out to by a company that basically I work as a contractor for a company that contracts me out to a bank, and it's a junior software engineering job.
Now, if you were to take a quiz with us and you were coming on board here, would you come out of Dev 1 or Dev 2 or Dev 3?
If I were to guess, probably Dev 1.
Okay. All right. Okay. How can we best help you today, sir?
I believe that I'm very stressed. I've been dealing with a lot of things in life lately, and my debt is really stressing me out, and I think my own calculations, I think, have been incorrect about how long it'll be to pay off. But I'm just very stressed that I'm not going to be able to do really anything with my 20s, and I'll be kind of just stuck doing nothing but paying debt off. And
that will be part of it. That's going to be part of it.
Why does it say on my screen that you told our phone screener you were struggling with an addiction?
Oh, I apologize. I didn't know how best to put that in there. I have been struggling with a pornography addiction and masturbation addiction for a very long time, and I didn't mention that as much because I actually just last week, just in the last few weeks, I should say, I've been a Ramsey affiliated development coach actually reached out to me, and I've actually been getting help with that.
Good.
So hopefully I've been doing much better lately on that, but that is
how much are you
definitely
spending
affected.
on that?
It was probably on and off, depending on a month or whatever. That addiction was kind of helping drive me to do maybe 30 to 50 months. Not a lot, and it wasn't like all the time.
30 to 50 what?
Dollars, sorry.
A month?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sounds unbelievably
but it would be
low.
like, it would, yes, it,
All right.
it was, I was starting to get to the point of that sort of
Okay. All right.
stuff.
The numbers that you're giving me, I would agree with you that you're going to be in debt a long time. So there's something needs to change because life is not a snapshot. Your life is not going to stay exactly the way it is today with the exact same income and the exact same debt for the next 8 years. Something will change.
I agree.
And it'll get worse or it'll get better. So let's be proactive and let's cause it to get better. You don't make much for a Dev 1. Dev 1 ought to be running 70, 80 grand. Okay? And so let's start on the income side. When you just send out applications in the digital world, you are sending them out into nothing. No one looks at them. We hired about 150 people at Ramsey last year. We had 15,000 applications. Because people just send in stuff, they just send stuff randomly, or they buy some software that sends it to everybody. And we don't even look at those. We don't have time to go through them all. And that's what happened to your 600 applications. No one saw it. So the way you fix that is you use Ken Coleman's material and you begin to find some people in the software world, in the development world, and you begin to connect with them, and you find or you see a job over at this certain location that's paying 75 or 80, and then you start asking yourself, who do I know that works over there, even if they're not in the software, that can help me get my foot in the door? Who do I know that knows somebody that works over there that'll help me get my foot in the door, even if it's a 2 degrees of separation? And that's called the proximity principle. I'm going to send you Ken's book on that, and I want you to go to kencoleman.com and look at his resume and his letter writing templates that are all free there for you to look at. And I want you to look for a job. Your job sucks. It does not pay enough, and it's too far away.
I agree.
Okay.
I do have a question about that job. So it is sort of a type of, it's not a guaranteed, but it is potentially a work to hire thing to where if I were
Who wants to be hired at this? It's 2 hours away, and it doesn't pay enough. Why do I want to be hired? If they're going to pay you 80 grand and you move down there, okay. But I ain't driving 2 hours anyway. My house is 12 minutes from here. No way I'm spending my life in my car. Not for a little bit of rent money.
Yeah.
So, but we got to get your income up before you start bailing out on your dad's generous offer. But let's get your income up and then, and your living situation up, and you keep working on your addiction issues, and you'll begin to work through this gradually. But you got to get the income up from working more, side jobs, side hustles, side contracts, in addition to working a full-time Dev 1, Dev 2 job. And but if you can get a great bump in pay, move down there, I'll take the job. But we don't want to make this bad deal permanent. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.